In this show, I'll be playing your most rockin' music. Let's do it. Hello everybody, welcome to You Rock, the show where I play your most rockin' music. We got one of the kindest and one of the fastest growing communities of indie artists here on the net, and we're happy to get started. Episode 40 is very exciting stuff. Let's say hello to the people that we've got in the chat who is here amongst us today. And we did have to make the chat subscribers only, so if you want to get in on the action, just hit that subscribe button, and you have to wait, I think, 5 minutes, and you'll be in like Flynn. Hello to Tremor Bear, what is up? And hello to everybody coming over from Jade Star. Couldn't do the dump today, so we had to do it. We had to do it the old-fashioned way, like from 3 weeks ago. Hello, Mars Capone, what is up? Lureeality, one of the awesome mods here. I hope you would be a subscriber, being a mod. Hello is Colin Stanton, what is up? Hello to Gregory O'Sullivan, and we got Tremor Bear in the house. We've got Folkpunk is here. How you doing, Folkpunk? Good to see you, my man. There's Jade Star, just came over. She's doing a crazy app. She's always got a crazy app, and today was no exception. Hello, Russ8889, new mod on the channel. It should be reflected there. I can't really tell from where I'm at, but should be the case anyway. Hello to Michael, aka Zland, what is up? Chris Peasy in the house, and one of our newest subscribers, Zach Thong. Welcome to the stream, welcome to the show, welcome to the channel. And who else do we have on the collective creativity? It's got writing to do. Hey, that's all cool. And we never want to get in the way of creativity. That's one thing that I'm very big on. So you do what you got to do. Wayek is here. What's up? I hope you're feeling well, Wayek. I know you've been having a little bit of under the weather, or whatever the case may be, but I hope you're feeling well, man. All right, we got a great show, a lot of cool songs coming up tonight, and we're not going to waste any time. We're going to get this show on the road. I'm starting the show off in a way that I usually don't start the show, but it struck me that this should kick us off tonight. So we're going to start this show with a bang, in a big way. And one of the great artists that we feature here often on the channel, usually a little later in the show, but I thought, hey, let's give the devil his due, and let's start this off right at the beginning. We got some Metal Shack. That's right, some brand new Metal Shack for you. It's called A Devil in Your Way. And let's find out a little bit more from Kev. Kev Hart is the all the brains and the awesomeness behind Metal Shack. This is what he has to say about this song. He says, "Hey Thomas, enjoy this slice of pure heavy metal cake. Yum." All right, so I'm gonna get this into the stream here, and we're gonna get rocking here with A Devil in Your Way to kick us off on episode 40, if you can believe it, of You Rock by Metal Shack. That was Metal Shack with A Devil in Your Way. I think a devil just came our way because that fucking rock. You got to throw the devil horns for some Metal Shack, right? Man, that was another brutal track from Everhart, the metal god. I call him metal god. He made a little joke in his description on this video when I saw this. So in YouTube, by the way, they screwed up the whole layout of everything, and it's really weird. But anyway, he said you're kind of like Dead Ringer by Meatloaf, but with less spandex. I said, like, people don't want the rotted meatloaf. They want the fucking, this is a prime cut right here. This is prime cut. This is, yeah. Fuck yeah. Hello to Jo&Barrie Glenn. Hello to me, myself, and iPhônë. Ben Wells, how you doing? Gregory O'Sullivan is here as well. And, yeah, that track kicks ass. You gotta go and subscribe to fucking Everhart Metal Shack, right? Hello, Violet's Inspiration Soup. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. Good to have you here. Prime rib meatloaf. Yeah, meatloaf didn't have vocals like that quite. He had more melodic, I guess, but those were fucking it's fucking brutal shit, man. I love it. I love me some Metal Shack. And look, he's got 107 subscribers. We can do better than that, guys. Come on, go and sub him up, as they say, and yeah, give the devil his due, because this guy is fucking rocking, man. So somebody we started off last week. We started the show off with kind of a new artist to most of us. I'm just hearing about them kind of for the second time. They sent in a bunch of tracks last week, and so the way I do things, by the way, if you want to send a song into the show, this is the way you do it: bit.ly/urocksubmit, and you'll be considered, and most likely you'll get on the next show. So that's how you do it. It's very, very easy to do and very simple, and we'd love to have you and love to feature your music. So Distant Towers sent in a whole bunch of tracks. And what I usually do, we get a lot of tracks here. So what I do, if I get multiple submissions, I kind of like one track per week from each artist. But if you send multiple tracks in, I'll just spread them out over multiple weeks. So that's what's kind of happened here. And Distant Towers sent in 3 tracks. And so this is the second track that they sent in. And let's get the lowdown on this one before we check it on out, because, well, I know the one that we had last week was awesome. So all they really said here was this is from the Time to Fly EP, Distant Towers. It's rock, progressive rock, and the release date was October 2013. And they say, play it loud. Well, we don't do it any other way around here. So let's do exactly as they describe. Here is Break It Down by Distant Towers. That was Distant Towers with Break It Down. Man, first of all, I love that funky like bass line that was going on throughout the whole song. I think that really kind of like gave the whole thing a nice groove to it. So that's where you start. You had some great lead guitar, you had some great guitar tones in there, and it's gonna start playing something else. We don't want that. Anyway, it's got some great guitar tone in there, some really awesome lead guitar. And then one of my favorite parts was there was actually a part where they were doing like I forget the term for it, but they had multiple melody lines happening at the same time, and I love that. That's a really cool thing to do, and it really shows some real songwriting chops when you can do some stuff like that. Some great like harmonies going on in there, some little like vocal percussion and stuff. Just a lot of awesomeness happening in that track. Russ says it's a good track, good vibe, and Andy Dion definitely subbed up for that song. So you should go over. Tom Mack is one of the guys in this band, and polymelodic, yeah, that's kind of counterpoint. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you, Morris Capone. Yes, on the collective. Yeah, great choral sound in the song. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So you can use some of that classical stuff in a really rockin' song like this, and it has a great effect. So go and sub up to Tom Mack. He's one of the guys in the band, posting up these tracks from a few years ago. And we've been really fortunate to get to hear these, because it's some cool stuff. It's some really cool stuff. Hello to Feisty Feather. How are you? Good to have you with us here today. I don't know if I said hello to Jo&Barrie Glenn. They're here with us. We might be hearing from them in a little while. And I don't know if I said hello to TJ Zindle, but he's here. Hello, TJ. I might have. I sometimes say hello to people more than once, and it's okay. I'd rather say hello to you twice than not at all. So, and hello to everybody. Just hope you're all having a great evening and enjoying the tunes so far. We got a lot more to come, and the next one up on the list is Markus Kinell. We haven't heard from Markus in a while. Our favorite Swedish instrumental metal guy. He does some amazing stuff, and so we're gonna go and we're gonna check this one out from Markus Kinell. I know this is an older track. He's on a break right now, but he has sent in an older track that I don't think was played on the show before. This is back when he used to just have his tracks called like numbers. So this is Creation 37. And he says, want to hear an old tune from this summer off Swede. Soon there will be some new tunes on my channel, Markus. All right, so we're getting some foreshadowing from Markus of some awesomeness to come. But this was an older track of his. And this is instrumental rock by Markus Kinell, Creation number 37. Let's play it. All right, that was Markus Kinell, creation number 37, and I think it was probably just as good as creations 1 through 36 and then 37 on. But yeah, he's very consistent with this larger than life kind of metal instrumental and with some orchestral backing. And yeah, we got 2 videos in a row with the driving sequences and a little bit of racing in there, car racing, which I think kind of fit the up-tempo feel of the track really well. So that was nice as well. And yeah, as TJ says here, some great production and great drum fills. You know, what's really amazing about what Markus does is, you know, he has taken a bit of a break right now, but usually he does these week after week after week. Boom, 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 one out right after the other. So it's awesome that he's able to get this kind of quality with doing it that way. Rockin' tune for sure, says Andy Dion. And On the Collective says the Dream Theater of the indie recording community. Yeah, I mean, I definitely could hear a little bit of a Dream Theater influence in there also. So go and check out everything that Markus has done if you haven't done that already, because yeah, he's doing some great, awesome stuff over on his YouTube channel. So the links have already been pasted. Of course, I put all the links to all the songs as I play them down in the description, and they're often posted by me and Leela and other folks as well in the chat. So you got multiple opportunities to go and bookmark these songs and go subscribe and leave a little bit of love for these awesome folks who are doing some awesome music. All right, so now in that vein, there's a lot of places around where you can share your music. They're not just here. You can do that, bit.ly/urock submit. You also got Pete Johns. He does the YML show. There was a little joke there earlier about how he tends to turn the songs. He doesn't play the whole songs. He plays about 2 minutes so he can get through a bit more, and he tends to turn them down on the solos. He's gotten some solos in though lately. It's been cool to see. And then there's then there's Ron Ward. He does the Homegrown Indie Live show. And then there is Metalhead Hippie and Weltenkinder. He recently had a birthday, and we've been getting some of the tracks in from that. So Metalhead Hippie does a show. It's a really cool show over there on his channel. There's a link in the description to that on Fridays and later in the evening on Sunday. So Friday show's a bit earlier, Sunday show's a bit later. And he had a birthday a couple weeks ago, one day after mine actually. And Weltenkinder made a track, and it's called the Metalhead Hippie Mosh Pit. So we're gonna find out a bit more from Weltenkinder about this one. So let's see what he had to say here. He said, birthday production for the Month of Metal birthday show of Jeff, the Metalhead Hippie. It's too freaky awesome not to submit it here. And we also had a guest contributor here, Emperism, out of Finland on the guitars. We got another track from Emperism coming up later in the show too. So it's very cool. He's a great guitar player. And we're gonna check this one out from Weltenkinder. Here we go. This is the Metalhead Hippie Mosh Pit with Weltenkinder and featuring Emperism on guitar. Let's check it out.
Soul, to some folks up is here a goal. We energy in every soul. The ranchers have everything under control. We built the hippie on rock and roll.
So there we go. That was Weltenkinder with Metalhead Hippie Mosh Pit. How about that? That's it's got that Weltenkinder sound. First of all, Weltenkinder has such a cool voice. His voice is just awesome. And remember that he's from Germany. Like, English is not his first language, and yet he does all these awesome songs in English. So I give him a lot of credit, because you're never gonna catch me making a song in another language. So I have a lot of respect for a lot of folks over in Europe who are bilingual, multilingual. It's such a great talent. I love the play on words with, like, we built the hippie on rock and roll, and it's kind of a play on that Jefferson Starship song that. We built this city on rock and roll that people love so much. But yeah, it's a great job by Weltenkinder. There's some really nasty, like, distortion in that. That's why he's a guy after my own heart. He does the whole, like, industrial thing, and so I of course love that, and that's kind of in my wheelhouse as well. And it's pretty awesome stuff. So. Awesome job. Check out Weltenkinder. Like, he's got a huge channel. He's got like 2,000 subscribers. The dude is like just kicking ass, man, and well deserved as well. So yeah, nice one by Weltenkinder. Hello to Happy Ron. What's up? Hello, Brad Example. Good to see you. Good to see you here. And yeah, great stuff by Weltenkinder. And yeah, if you haven't checked out the Metalhead Hippie Show, go and do that. Coming up on Friday. So, very cool. All right, we are going to check out a song from an artist we've been really enjoying lately, and this one's from Pi.A. Pi.A. I'll get the name right one of these days. Pi.A. sends us this track Midnightz, and I think this is an older track from Pi.A. So let's get the lowdown on this track here, and this is what she says. So she says, this is a very old tune of mine with which I want to show you guys a different side of me. The song is about the pressure of fitting in as an artist, which I never wanted to do. So I'm excited who hears the growth from then till now in this older tune of mine, your Pi.A. All right, so yeah, it's the growth of an artist and the struggle to kind of find your niche and fit in. I think we can all kind of relate to that. I know I certainly can. So let's check it out. This is Pi.A. with Midnightz.
And everyone looked over, closer, closer. cast shadows on everyone. Believe me, believe me. And every idiot who believed he was something suddenly believed he's nothing and doubting all the cars, all the money that they're owning. Only they try to be out of that something. One step and everybody walk by. A step through the dark and out of the night. Hate the feeling that I'm out of my mind. But it doesn't matter, I'm still one of a kind. One step and everyone look through me. Their eyes cast shadows on the one I will be. And every idiot who believed he was something suddenly believed he's better than me and doubting all the things I'm done and not for my best. Nothing is easy and nothing will last. I'm done with this and out of the game. I'm done with this and out of the game. I'm done with this and out of the game. I'm done with this and out of the game. One step and everybody walk by. A step through the dark and out of the night. Hate the feeling that I'm out of my mind. But it doesn't matter, I'm still one of a kind. One of a kind. One of a kind. One of a kind.
So that was Pi.A. with Midnightz. Yeah, this is how badass is Pi.A.? Like, that's such a cool song. I love there's just a beat to it that it almost sounds like it's influenced a little bit by like pop and hip hop, but also a little bit of like dark wave and stuff. There's a lot of different influences going on there. I love how just celebratory the whole thing is, like jumping up and down with that guitar. It's very cool, and yeah, like you gotta appreciate the catchiness of these tunes by Pi.A. writing great lyrics. You can hear the German accent. So this is another example of an artist writing in another language and doing an awesome job of it. Russ says, sweet as fuck. And me, myself says, better step up my game. All right. Howling Fret Fumbler says, badass. And there you go. There's the link. Go and subscribe to Pi.A. She's been doing this for a long time, and I'm sure she's going to keep doing it. She just put an album out fairly recently. It's called like Dance the Pain Away Part 2, I think it was called. Yeah, great tune, says TJ Zindle. So we really appreciate what Pi.A. is doing, and hope she keeps it up, because it's some really fantastic and catchy stuff with a lot of variety and a lot of different influences, and we love to see it. So got a unique sound, and that's kind of like the big challenge for, isn't it? You know, to be unique and find your own, as she was talking about, like find your own kind of niche. And yeah, let's take a look here. 53 subscribers. We got to get that. We got to get that up. Can we get that to 100? I think we can get that to 100, right? I mean, there's at least 19 people watching right now, and then I know there'll be a bunch of people checking out the replay. So I think by next week we could see Pi.A. at 100 subscribers, and that would be great to see. Dance the Pain Away, so rad. Yeah, I agree. All right, we're gonna keep on moving here, and we're gonna check out a track by Michael, aka Zland. And Michael, aka Zland, sends us this week Home Sweet Home. And let's get the information about this track from Michael himself and see what it is that we need to know about this one. So Michael says, the Home Sweet Home. There's no Hi Tom. There's no place like home. All right. He's a man of few words. He lets the music speak for itself, and that's an awesome thing. So here we go. Let's check and listen to this one. This is Home Sweet Home by Michael, aka Zland, on You Rock.
There is a place at the end of the day, not far from heaven, only a stone's throw away. A place far from pristine, less a space, more a cocoon, where the heart beats a peaceful tune. Somewhere to find solace, some place to hide, a place to gather family by your side. All in one and all, home sweet home. Wall to wall.
That was Michael, aka Zland, with Home Sweet Home. I'll tell you that if you live in that home in the video, that's a pretty precariously placed home. I'd be a little concerned because it's up there on that huge hill, and I don't know, I think if you lived there, you'd be a little nervous there. Yeah, like that dilapidated house doesn't stand a chance on that cliff. Hello, metalhead hippie, boom. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well tonight. But yeah, I love the beautiful. So you have the signature horns in that track that you always get in Michael, aka Zila. He always works the horn in there somewhere. Sometimes it's just kind of subtly snuck in there. Other times it's a little more prominent, like it is here in this track. A little more kind of an instrumental, a little more not quite instrumental, because there was some it's like spoken word at the beginning there, but it's a little bit more a little bit more kind of subdued and a little more atmospheric. And then you get the piano over the top, which is also really cool there at the end. Some beautiful piano at the end. Some great stuff by Michael, aka Zland. Go and check him out if you haven't. He does like Mike, like I was talking about, Markus Kinell earlier. He does stuff every week, and it's such an amazing thing to do. And like, I know kind of like he's kind of brilliant in sending this track in this week, because I know he was just on vacation. He just got back. Home sweet home. I get it. I get what you're doing there. Smart guy. All right, cool. So we're going to go to our good friends over in England, the Delicate Giants. And that would be Russ and his cousin, Gary, who was here in the chat for a little bit earlier. So he sends us this one called Running Up That Hill. And let's get the lowdown from Russ on this track here. You know, the Delicate Giants always doing some amazing stuff. Russ and his cousin Gary, super cool folks that we really dig here. So this is what he says about Running Up That Hill. Hi Tom, a quick made Delicate Giants track all within 24 hours of watching the new series of Stranger Things. We both love Kate Bush, so made this track and mixed and mastered by Ivan Idea. He gets into a lot of these tracks, kind of behind the scenes, doing the mixing. So 2 video versions uploaded under 24 hours. Thanks, Russ. Yeah, Russ he's always hard at work. He's always working fast, and it's a cool thing to see. So here we go. We're gonna check this one out from Russ 8889, Delicate Giants. This is Running Up That Hill. This is the Stranger Things version. Russ 8889 and Gary M, the Delicate Giants, with Running Up That Hill. I think you did a fantastic job with that. Now, I gotta admit, I don't watch Stranger Things. Never seen it in my life. I know it's vaguely something about like it's set in the 80s. It's kind of like a horror type of a show. That's all I know about it, and I don't know the song that you are basing this on as a result. So, but I really enjoy what you did here. I think it's classic Delicate Giants. It's got that signature Gary Pink Floyd-y kind of sound, and it's got the cool backing synths and everything from Russ 8889. Awesome work on the video, putting all that together, clips from the show and everything. We're probably gonna get a bunch of copyright claims on that, but that's okay. We're gonna get them anyway. So yeah, that was some awesome stuff by Gary and Russ. So, and just compiling Moonworks. All right. So yeah, if you haven't heard the Moonworks album, it's some great stuff. It's on all the streaming services. You just look up Delicate Giants, and you'll find them. Moonworks. There it is. And their earlier album, Earthworks, very good as well. So if you haven't checked all that out, be sure to do it. Go over and subscribe to the Russ 8889 channel. That's your source for all things Delicate Giants. And they have a Bandcamp too, delicategiants.bandcamp.com. Great stuff. They're everywhere, as Lureeality says. So yeah, awesome stuff. Very, very cool. Give a thank you to Bubba. Bubba, you know, he's always kind of not always in the chat, but he's always lurking around, and he's made a very generous donation to the channel. You can be like Bubba, and you can do it through paypal.me/Thomas Christ Music. There's a link down in the description. And as Jamie says about the Delicate Giants record, it's a stunning record, as is everything from Russ. And Russ says he never got a claim on it. All right, they must not be too aggressive over there at the there's the Bandcamp. They must not be too aggressive there over at the Stranger Things headquarters. Yeah, hit that like button, everybody. Do like the hippie says. Boom, hit it up. All right, very cool. So we're not done with Gary M yet. We have another track, and this one is just Gary M by himself. And so he's been doing a lot of like solo stuff, and it's really been awesome. He's coming into his own here as a solo artist as well. So, and Russ is, you know, he does the videos for him for his tracks, but he makes these tracks all by himself. So this is Russ says about this one called Underworld. He says, "Hello, Tom. This track is a track 100% all Gary's, one of the members of the Delicate Giants. I made the video and posted it on my channel, as my cousin has such bad internet where he lives. Many thanks, Russ." All right, so it's very cool of Russ to get this stuff out there for Gary and give us a chance to take a listen to it. So this is Gary M. This is Russ's cousin with Underworld. So that was Gary M., Russ's cousin, one half of the Delicate Giants, with his track Underworld. And yeah, he's really coming into his own as a solo artist, really doing a great job there. It's still got that classic sound that he's kind of developed, that David Gilmour-esque sound Andy Dion points out here. A little bit of, I noticed there's some rhythm guitars in there, there's some lead guitar, and then there's some synth pads and stuff. There's even a little bit of some ambient sounds that are happening. So he's really becoming quite a songwriter in his own right, which is awesome. I don't know how he does all this stuff, but I don't know if he's starting to use some more of the apps and things, or if he's got some synths and stuff that he plugs in and uses that. Maybe that's how it's done. I don't know, but what I do know is it's really great. And Russ had mentioned too here that they do a lot of their stuff, almost all their stuff, through M4As and over text message. So that's it's awesome that they get the sound quality they do, and it's just really a testament to how good of a producer like Russ is, that he can take that kind of raw stuff and turn it into something that really sounds pristine and great. So kudos to you guys. And you gotta do you do what works, you do what makes sense for you, and that's what works for them. So awesome job. Both Russ and Gary. Russ did the video on this one. A lot of lava and a lot of volcanoes, and it was a volcanic sound, so it matches perfectly. All right, so yeah, check them on out. Check out Russ and check out Delicate Giants and check out Gary. He's got a couple other tracks over on Russ's channel too, so check all that stuff out and go and subscribe and do all the awesome things that you do on YouTube and other sites. All right. Now, I'm very excited about this next song. I'm kind of surprised he's not here tonight. He'll show up a little later. But I got a comment just kind of recently from a very cool cat. And this very cool cat is Electric Bone, right? So I didn't know who Electric Bone was. I'm like, who is Electric Bone? Hadn't seen him around. So I went over to his channel and I started playing some of the tracks. And I was really, really digging what I found over there. It's some really fun stuff. And there was one track in particular that caught my fancy. And this one is called Cat Meat. And I'm so glad he sent this in. So he does kind of humorous stuff. And I love that kind of thing. So this is what he had to say about this song, Cat Meat. You're gonna want to listen to this over and over again, because I did. I've been creating comedy music since I was 7 years old, so really for a long time. I haven't created in years, but recently joined YouTube, and the spark has been ignited again. I'm just in it for the fun and love of making music, and hey, that's what it's all about, right? But this song is just genius, and it's not very long either. He's got a lot of these little songs over on his channel, and I'd recommend checking them all out. I have been, and they're all really good. But this was the standout track to me. So this is Cat Meat by Electric Bone. Get ready for this one.
The street. Do you know what kind of meat? What kind of meat that you eat? When you eat out on the street, do you know what kind of meat? What kind of meat that you eat?
Let's lick the pussy meat. Let's lick the pussy meat. I lick the pussy meat on the street.
I can't get enough of my cut, 'cause I love that. I love that cat meat.
Let's lick the pussy meat. Let's lick the pussy meat. I lick the pussy meat on the street. I want that cat meat.
There you go, Cat Meat by Electric Bone. I love that. I mean, I'm assuming this is a double entendre. And I love that. I think it's great. Genius stuff. Genius stuff. I want the pussy meat. Oh man. So you got to do like folkpunk. Sub him up, please. This is great. This is genius stuff. And I love the video that goes along with it, the little cats, everything. Oh man, it's so great. He's only got 9 subscribers, guys. Come on. And he's got more of these kind of songs. Like, they're all like this. They're all little like, and he's got these great vocal. I don't know what kind of processing he's using on the vocals, but it almost sounds like at times like robotic, and it's I'm really digging what he's doing here. I hope he does a lot more. Yeah, look at my face when I said that. That's he was, oh, there you go. Feisty was the 11th sub. Come on, we can get him up to like 20 at least, 20, 30 maybe. Come on. One more time. There you go. You got to go over there and check out all this great stuff that he's doing. It's really fun stuff. And that's what music's about. It's about having fun. This is fun. Like, you're not going to find stuff that's much more fun than this. Like, this is just fun, and I love it. Folkpunk said he could do cool commercials. You know what it was reminding me of a lot was, if you see, like, I'm from the old days of the internet. And the old days of the internet, you had like those shockwave animations that was just like really weird, off-kilter stuff like this. And that's what this reminds me of. Like, if you hung out in like albino black sheep or anything like that, just you had stuff like this for days. And you don't see it as much anymore with the decline of Flash. So it's cool to see somebody kind of doing this style. I really like it. There we go. We got number 12. We're getting on up there. That's what it's all about. So yeah, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Electric Bone. What a cool name too, Electric Bone. I love it. It's perfect. So yeah, sub him up. That's what you got to do. All right. We're gonna move on though. We got some new Pagansong, and so this one, this is Blade Runner, and I'm not sure if this may be a cover. I'll have to check and see. Getting a little bit of a diversion from the Thunder God series that Pagansong's been doing so awesomely. And there you go. See, they say, I took a quick break from the Thunder Suite to create this distinctive piece to the artist Vangelis. Oh, yes. I believe, I think he recently died. I think that's what happened. I'm pretty sure. He's been a great influence on me, especially his work on the Blade Runner soundtrack. He helped teach me that there was not only a place for unusual synth sounds, but also helped me to embrace their beauty. Blade Runner is not owned by me. So I guess this is, so this is a kind of a cover, I'm guessing here, of Vangelis. And yeah. All right, we're going to bring this on in. Check it out. So, see if there's any more information there. Anyway, so this is a dedication, or probably a cover of Vangelis, or something that Vangelis did, probably for the Blade Runner soundtrack. So here we go. This is Pagansong with Blade Runner.
Too bad she won't live. But then again, who does?
All right, that was Pagansong with Blade Runner, and I had to do a little bit of research during the break. I knew I had seen that Vangelis had recently passed, and I guess it was in May of this year, and actually it was on, let's see where, I lost page, 17th of May, so just last month. And I know, Vangelis did a lot of amazing stuff, including the soundtrack to Blade Runner. So this was a great tribute to that. Beautiful. The soundscape was awesome. The synths in there, just really rich textures, and some samples from the movie itself, which I think was really cool. TJ says very cool. And Colin Stanton says, love Vangelis. Have most of his albums as an amazing artist. Your track is very well done. And yeah, definitely. Hello, Michael Thompson. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. So yeah, great stuff. If you got to check out Pagansong. Pagansong is just an incredible artist with soundscapes and things like that. I can see how Vangelis would be a huge influence on what Pagansong does. It doesn't surprise me at all that that's a big inspiration to Pagansong's work. And so go and check out Pagansong and some of the cool stuff that Pagansong's been doing, and especially this. Pagansong's been working on this whole Thunder God series, which we heard from last week, and it's really cool, and you'll also learn from it. So I'm sure we're gonna get some more in that direction very soon as well. So that's cool to see. All right, awesome stuff. So up next on the agenda, we have really cool guy with some awesome hair. This guy's got great hair, and he's also a great musician, and that's Chris Lane Sr. Chris Lane Sr.'s got a new track out called Faded, and let's get the lowdown here and find out what Chris wants us to know about this one. So he says, hello, Thomas. By the way, you rock. Thank you. You rock as well. Faded is a song that sprang from a specific experience with a specific person, but I've experienced this with friends and family. You pour into the relationship, but at some point you realize it is a one-way street and you need to walk away for your own sake. And then they still think they have some sort of hold or power over you in your life and can't grasp that you've moved on. All done in GarageBand with my trusty Gibson Victory bass, Ibanez ARX 300 guitar, and SM58 clone vocal mic. Well, that's some great gear, and but it takes a great artist as well to make a great song. So when you got great gear and you got a great musical talent, you get a great song, and that's what we're gonna get here with Faded by Chris Lane Sr. That was Chris Lane Sr. with Faded, and man, I'll tell you what, you don't want to cross Chris Lane Sr. because he doesn't need you, man, and he'll write a song like this, and it'll be a great song, and he'll tell you he don't need you. Like he's just gonna move on, and he's gonna move on without you, and yeah, I'd hate to be on the receiving end this one, man. It's a pretty deep burn, isn't it? But when you got cool hair like Chris does, man, you don't need to put up with anybody's BS, right? No, it was a fantastic job on that song. He's got such amazing vocals. His vocal ability is just off the charts, and equally matched by his first of all lyricism, great lyrics there, and also his guitar playing. And he's got a cool guitar too. You got to admit, like that's a really cool looking axe, and he knows what to do with it. So yeah, it's got that classic kind of rock sound. It's not like some 70s 80s rock, and he looks the part too, which makes it even more authentic. Yeah, killer, like Lureeality says. Zach dug that one. Barry says, good job, Mr. Lane. And yeah, Michael Thompson is enjoying that one. By the way, I don't know if I said hello. I saw Roque's been around. Roque Avalaneda, hello to you. I know he's like doing some chores and stuff around the house. And there you go, Lane the Main. I love that. I love the nickname. I think it could stick. But yeah, there you go. That's how you get there. And where's a guy like Chris at? 77 subscribers. We can do better than that. Come on, folks. Let's get over there and let's give Chris Lane some subscription love and for this awesome song. And he's got a lot of songs like this. He's been on the show before, and he's a talented guy in that Songwriters Anonymous community group on Facebook. A lot of guys like Dom Torregrossa on there. Omna Collective Creativity's on there. And Folkpunk, I think, is on there. A lot of cool people on there. So definitely, Lureeality is an OG subscriber. All right. Yeah. And hello, Dan Eckberg, as Dan says, sub him up. Exactly. All right. It is time. It is that time of the show. What time is it? Well, we're about to find out, aren't we? That's right, it is time for the halftime headbang. Now, our halftime headbang artist is somebody that's here in the chat, and I kind of said I was introduced to this artist a few weeks ago over on Pete John's YML show. And when I heard this particular song, I said to myself, if somehow this song ends up in my submissions queue, it will be a halftime headbang. And wouldn't you know that it ended up in my submissions queue, and so it is a halftime headbang. So let's find out who we got. We got TJ Zindle. This track, I Want It Now. This was the track that introduced me to TJ Zindle, and it is a hell of a track. It is really, really awesome. Really kind of a little bit different, and I really dig it a lot. And so it's our halftime headbang for this week. So let's get the good word from TJ Zindle about this one. The track's called I Want It Now, and this is what he says. Guitars, melody, and passion is everything that's driven me to make music. My new album was recorded on GarageBand with my iPad, and this song is about a bank robbery. And what a song this is! And I'm sure the robbers must have got away with all the money, because this song is cash, man. It's cash in the bank. So let's without further ado, let's play our halftime headbang. This is TJ Zindle with I Want It Now. You know you want it.
Wolf meet sheep, hey, it's nice to meet you. I got the plan if you want a teacher. Blow out the fuse and then blow out the speakers. It's gonna be a long night. A bank job down in Alabama. You get the shotgun and I get the hammer. Inside man, disable the cameras. Damn straight, we'll get it done right. I'm going backwards. I'm going backwards. And I want it now. I want it now. I don't know what it is, but I damn sure want it now. I'm losing ground. I want it now. I don't know what it is, but baby, I want it now. Guns ahead, make an example. You don't want to see me when I fly off the handle. It's a bad day for you. Let's not make a scandal. Let cooler heads prevail. Shoot me, wolf, you better not get clever. I'm 3 steps ahead. My hand on the lever, my foot on the throat. Hands to your tether. Don't you touch the law. I'm going backwards. I'm going backwards. I want it now. I want it now. I don't know what it is, but I damn sure want it now. I'm freaking out. I want it now. I don't know what it is, but baby, I want it now. You should really think this through before it gets too deep. 'Cause every time you go too fast, it comes back to harm me. Can't you see in my eyes that I'm not playing? I've been down this road many times. And I always get away, always get away, always get away. And I'm going faster. And I'm going backwards. I'm going
Yeah, so there it is, the halftime headbang, TJ Zindle with I Want It Now. And so I think what really drew me to this particular song, and it's not a conventional metal song, I get that. It's like Metalhead Hippie said, it's like, it is a little bit like Jack White, but I love the passion and the intensity in the vocals. And I'm a vocals guy, I like vocals, and these vocals and the lyrics, also the whole like story that it tells is really cool. And you know, it sounds like you're right along with this whole bank heist that's going on, and it seems like a song that would really get the crowd going. And I love the just the intensity and the passion and the raw energy in this track. It's really cool. It's got, you know, it's a bit you know, it's a bit of a modern kind of a sound, which is cool. And I think I like what Leela said here. It's kind of like the 90s without going backwards. I definitely agree with that also. So yeah, this is some cool stuff. This is I've liked everything that I've heard from TJ Zindle, but I also think that it is you know, it's also this is my favorite of his songs so far. And yeah, Leela wasn't subbed, only number 14. That's criminal. Yeah, you gotta go and subscribe to TJ Zindle, because he's a super talented musician and producer. So yeah, Metalhead Hippie gonna add it to his playlist. That's great stuff, and certainly deserves to be there. And some Jack White, especially Raconteurs. That's cool. Definitely awesome. All right, so great stuff. Halftime headbang, TJ Zindle. What a phenomenal song that is. All right, we are gonna shift gears a little bit here, and we're gonna check out a song by a guy who just released an EP. And who just released an EP? Dan Ekberg. He released an acoustic EP, so it is a little bit of a turnaround from the halftime headbang to an acoustic version of a great song that we've heard the original version of this on the channel before. Also, he just did, if you haven't checked out his live stream that he did last week to inaugurate this new record, he played all the songs from the EP. Go and check that out as well. He did a great job. Didn't have any like technical issues or anything, which is like, that's half the battle when you're starting out doing a live stream. The sound was very good, and he did a great job with the performance. So that's you know, you're off to a great start there with that. So congratulations, You're Human acoustic version. And he says here, the last song on my acoustic EP reimagination is Congratulations, You're Human. When I started practicing for my live stream, I thought this was going to be the hardest one to do, but it was actually deceptively easy, especially since I wasn't playing piano. I sent you the Cloud of Sounds link, so we're gonna head on up into the Cloud of Sounds for this one and listen to this acoustic version of Congrats, You're Human by Dan Ekberg. Here it is.
Wake up, get out of this bed, shake the cobwebs out of my head. Cup of coffee, start the shower, get the stank up, don't you holler. Look This is no simulation. Thank God that I exist. Don't need to throw these fits. Now what's your new sensation? Fit to the situation.
It was Dan Ekberg with Congratulations, You're Human, acoustic version from his new Reimagination EP that just came out. He did acoustic versions of his old songs, and this is a great job reimagining this track in an acoustic way. And I think you really brought out some new stuff in this track. I think the original version was more kind of like electronic and pop, and you shifted it over into this acoustic zone, and I think you really did a fantastic job doing that. And I like some of the drums were really present in this one, and the vocals had great presence as well, mastered of course by the always awesome mod on the channel, Jade Star. She always does a great job with the mastering for a lot of these tracks, and yeah, you should be very proud of what you've accomplished here with this and the other tracks as well. And great stuff. Awesome job. So Dan Ekberg, go and check him out over there on the SoundCloud, and also maybe Leela can find his if you haven't already, find his YouTube channel so you can check out his live stream that he did the other day, because that was also excellent stuff. So thank you Dan Ekberg for that one, and great job on that. Dom Torregrossa. Hello, Dom. How are you? Yeah, there's Jade Star. She did a great job on that as well. So yeah, awesome stuff. And hello to Chris Lane Sr. We just listened to some Chris Lane Sr. A little bit ago, and yeah, that was a great song. Of course, I heard it last night on the Ron Ward show. So yeah, like there's a lot of ways you can get your songs out there. One way you can do it is by submitting to this show, bit.ly/urocksubmit. Be sure you also subscribe to the channel. Now you got to be subscribed to be in the chat, which has been great. I haven't seen one naked HD sex bot, and it's been kind of awesome to not have that. Because, I'm just, like, getting into, like, describing a song or whatever, and then there's HD Sexbot, and it totally takes my mind off of what I'm supposed to be talking about, which you don't want to distract me, because that doesn't end well. But you also have Metalhead Hippie. He's been here in the chat. He's got an awesome show. It's kind of similar to this one, actually. But think about, 4 hours of awesome indie music on Fridays and Sundays, and then you got Ron Ward, and he's got multiple shows on Thursday night, Monday night, and also Wednesday morning. A little early for me. I'm not even up for work yet, but he's already rocking because he's over there in Vietnam, and so he's on a little bit of a different time schedule than a lot of us, but it's cool for people who are in Europe and the UK and stuff. And then you got Pete Johns, of course, with the YML now on Sunday nights. And I also I added a link as well down in my description. This one's a little different, but you got Mike Enjo has this Creative Sauce channel. He doesn't have a show quite like this one, but he has a Fix My Mix show. And so if you're having some issues kind of getting your song where it needs to be, he's the guy to go to, and he'll tell you, he won't pull any punches either. He usually has great guests on there as well. Mike Enjo with Fix My Mix, so you get your mix fixed with Mike Enjo, and it's always a good time over there as well. So there's lots of stuff going on, man. It's crazy, and there's more than that too. I'd be here all day if I listed off all the channels that exist out there. I don't probably even know all of them, but there you go. Yeah, Naked HD. There you go. We'll just have to Lureeality. We'll just have to sub in for them. All right, cool, very awesome. So we're gonna go on now to somebody's been here in the chat as well. Ben and Me, Myself, and iPhone, which is Ben, and he's really a prolific creator there on the iPhone, making some really rockin' music on the iPhone and GarageBand. As you'll find that's a common thread through a lot of folks here, and it's cool to see what awesomeness people can do from using their iPhone and using GarageBand, just using the stuff they have. So this is what he says. This is one of my older, but it's new, a couple of years old, was newest original at that time, and I didn't put it out there much. It combines well with distorted travels from the same time frame. All right, so yeah, this one's called, is this the right one? Juggernaut. Yeah, that's the one. All right, because he sent in a few things too. So let's get this one going here and check this out from Me, Myself, and iPhone. Man, you know what? He's at 98 subscribers. So if you end up digging this one, he only needs 2 more to get to 100. So that would be cool. But let's check out the song first. This is Juggernaut by Me, Myself, and iPhone. All right, so that was Juggernaut by me, myself, and iPhônë. By the way, I want to say hello to Flavia Escani. Welcome to the show. Glad to have you here. You heard about this through the YML, through Pete Johns. So very awesome. We're glad to have you here. And I know everybody will make you feel welcome. They already have. And it's a great thing to see. So anyway, this song from Ben. You know, Ben just really rocks in an amazing way on really kind of like older iPhones as well. Like he's not necessarily always rocking the latest model. He's got, you know, he said this was done on an iPhone 5. So I don't even know. I probably have an iPhone 5 laying around somewhere. I don't know. But just to keep these things working is really impressive. And then to do such awesome work with, like, I'm sure like GarageBand on the older ones doesn't necessarily have all the latest features and stuff because, you know, Apple and their whole thing. We were talking about it in the chat in a Jade Star show recently about how they have this planned obsolescence and everything, and they really try to force you to move up to the newest model. But if you know what you're doing and you're like Ben here, you can make it work. And that, you know, sometimes that is like music stuff is expensive. iPhones are expensive. And so you make do with what you've got. And that's exactly what Ben does. And it's a great thing to see. And I'm a big fan of what Ben is doing. And he gets such amazing like guitar sounds and all that stuff in these iPhones. He's updated to the newest iOS. All right. I wonder if 16. I think he's rocking a 7 now. I think the 16, iOS 16, I heard might be. I don't know. I don't know if you're gonna get to 16, but very cool. Anyway, awesome stuff. So I still have somewhere. I keep meaning to look up. Or check out. I have an iPad, like the second generation iPad, I think it is, and there's like some music that I did on there that I can't even get off of it because it won't connect to anything. So it's very cool, great stuff. Check out Ben, and like I said, he's got. I already closed the window, but he had 98 subscribers, so you could be the 100th subscriber. I don't know what you win. You have to check with Ben on that one. Like, you know. You probably just win his thanks and admiration, but you can be the 100th subscriber over there on Me, Myself, and iPhônë. So go and sub him up. That's what you got to do. All right, we're gonna go on to the next track. Now this is somebody we've been really privileged to be hearing from very recently in the last few shows, and this guy is a grunge rocker through and through, Jonathan Linton. And he's got this track called Everything. And let's just take a little look and see what he had to say in regards to this track called Everything. He says, grunge track in the vein of Pearl Jam or Stone Temple Pilots. Avoided harmonies and vocal layering on this one to focus on a more expressive lead vocal. So yeah, that's a thing you can definitely do. You can sometimes sometimes just a single voice has a more expressive quality than layering all these voices up and having all these layers of harmony and stuff. So let's check this out. This is Everything by Jonathan Linton.
You hold the keys.
Jonathan Linton with...
It's the Listen Local Show, a monthly podcast.
We got a little rooster crowing there. I don't know what's going on. It's always fun stuff, man. You know, you got when you do these kind of shows, you just get random roosters out of nowhere. It's like cock-a-doodle-doo. It's time to wake up. All right, so yeah, Jonathan Linton, everything. Who said grunge was dead? Grunge is not dead. It is alive and well. It is alive and well thanks to folks like Jonathan Linton. And yeah, he just nailed that old school kind of grunge sound, like just like he said, Pearl Jam. What's the other one? Fucking Stone Temple Pilots. So this rooster has me all like discombobulated now. Yes, Stone Temple Pilots, Pearl Jam, a little bit of maybe a little bit of Alice in Chains too. Just all those kind of classic Seattle bands from the 90s. And you know, this track could be right up next to a lot of those tracks. I think it's just really well produced, and the vocals are off the charts. Like those single vocals, that's definitely all it needed, and it's just right there with like some Eddie Vedder and with some Scott Weiland. Like it's pretty amazing. Some great songwriting there too, just like the way he works different parts in there, and the melodies that he's using it's kind of like next level stuff. It's really, really great. Russ liked that one. Jerry Gomes says Jonathan rocks. By the way, hello Jerry Gomes. Don't know if I said hello to you yet. And Dan Ekberg says Mother Love Bone, as does Me, Myself, and iPhone. So we got some consensus on that one. But yeah, so this is what we've been getting from Jonathan Linton. He is a phenomenal musician, and we're very lucky to have his music on the show, is what I think, and we're lucky to be able to listen to him because he does great stuff. So thank you very much, Jonathan Linton. Go and check him out over on the Clouds of Sound. I think if you look him up, he's also on YouTube. He's got a presence everywhere. He's doing some great stuff. Like Russ says here, go and listen to Dan Ekberg music. Lots of hard work for very little views. Yeah, so there you go. Leela's got the info there for you. And we just listened to that awesome Dan Ekberg tune just a little bit ago. So you know what you're going to get from Dan the Man Ekberg. All right. You know what we need after this Jonathan Linton tune? We need something that's a little bit folk and a little bit punk. And you know who we go to for that? We go to folk punk. That's right. So he sends us this one called Poetrypunk Surgery. So let's get the lowdown here from folk punk on this one. You know, folk punk is not only awesomely talented, but very creative individual, and his stuff is really, really cool. So this is what he says about this Poetrypunk Surgery. He says, here's another GarageBand iMovie production for you. I agree with what you said about all musicians being poets by way of writing lyrics. Yes, absolutely. But this leads to the follow-up question of, are all poets musical? Well, let's see with this bit of avant-garde folk punk. And so yeah, like folk punk always just thinking on another level, and he's doing it again here. Let's check this track out. This is Poetrypunk Surgery by Folk Punk. Here it is.
To sever the head from the heart is not as easy as the body from the head. It is not a mere cutting off, but instead it is a delicate dissection, like that of a worm. Each time life of its own. With so many parts trying to go back to a whole, the task is most complex. The severing or cutting or dissecting needs to be more like an autopsy on decomposing tissue, if it is to work. Tissue that has no life running through it, no breath in it, no blood to spill from it. That will not spring back to life.
Folk punk with Poetrypunk Surgery. So, yeah, this one, like, first of all, some really great lyric writing in there with the poetry that you've sort of fused together with this awesome, very trippy sort of instrumental track that goes behind it with the, I love the beat there, like, it's got a little bit of a glitchiness to it, which is really cool. It is, as Dan Ekberg says there, almost like a hip-hop kind of a beat, and it's it's like a very hypnotic kind of a thing. You almost like go into another state of thinking, a state of being when you listen to this, because of the way that this kind of just slowly evolves and changes, and it just kind of mesmerizes you as you listen to it. And you got some really cool illustrations and imagery to go along with it, so that just kind of helps the whole feel of this. And if that's your poetry, I think it's definitely music. You know, I don't know that all poetry is music. I don't know if I would go that far, but when you put it in this context, I definitely think it is. So yeah, good feeling to this, as Russ8889 says there. And there's also a lot of discussion in the chat about finding a guitar that's a little bit smaller. I want to say we're going to hear from Happy Ron in a little bit coming up in the show, and I want to say he has a guitar that I thought was a little bit of smaller than the standard size. I think maybe we'll find out probably when we see his video, but I know they're out there. I don't know what they're called. I'm not necessarily a guitar guy per se, but yeah, it's I think there's something out there for you, Leela. But anyway, you got to check out Folk Punk. He's got some awesome music, and he's doing some like next level mind-blowing stuff, and this is another example of that. And so take care. Me, myself, and iPhônë gotta run. So thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for the awesome tune, and appreciate all that you do. So have a good night. To Ben, me, myself, and iPhônë. All right. So we had some folk punk, and now we're gonna get a little bit of just folk. And so we're gonna go to the best people that I know of to go to for folk music, which is Jo&Barrie Glenn. And I was super excited to see them pop up in the queue this week. They are just a power duo of folk music and really cool, like Celtic kind of inspired stuff. So I think we've had him on the show like one time before, maybe twice, but we got him again, and it's great to see. So I'm gonna get their info up here so we can find out about this track called Widow's Walk. Widow's Walk. And so one of the things I've been saying about kind of this like folk music is that it can be kind of dark, and I think this one might be one of those kind of tracks. So this is what they say: mostly traditional songs with some original stuff thrown in. Have played with a few different bands in the past: blues, folk, and bluegrass. Now just the two of us, expanding our use of more instruments with the aid of GarageBand. Barrie wrote the words and music for this, as he played electric guitar and bass. I have put it in the genre of folk rock. All right, love you to give it a go, but will not be offended if you feel it will not fit. Too ornery and old for that. Well, there's always room in my show for some Jo&Barrie, so we're gonna get this one going here, folks, and we're gonna check out some pure folk music. This is Jo&Barrie Glenn with The Widow's Walk.
She walks a widow's walk with her thoughts all alone, searching the far horizon for the ship that brings her captain home. It has been 3 months or more since their last embrace. When she sleeps, she dreams. When she dreams, she sees his face. It is many a distant land her sea captain is often sent to the east for oil and spices, tea and silk from the Orient. She worries for his safety and the hardships he must endure. Will he die from a pirate's blade or be wrecked on some distant shore? Against the cruel sea, she longs for the day that they will settle down in a house upon the shore, and she will walk the widow's walk no more. She walks the widow's walk with her thoughts all alone, searching the far horizon for the ship that brings her captain home. It has been 3 months or more since their last embrace. When she sleeps, she dreams. When she dreams,
Check out this creepy atmospheric music here at the end. I like this. I like it. This is great. Awesome. Jo&Barrie Glenn with Widow's Walk. Now, so, as is often the case, so Wayek had to clue me in on something here. So he says, Widow's Walks are fucking creepy. There was this weird abandoned looking mansion in Sault Ste. Marie on the water that had a huge one. I had to do a little bit of a Wikipedia. So a widow's walk, known as a widow's watch or roof walk, is a railed rooftop platform, often having an inner cupola or turret, frequently found on 19th century North American coastal houses. So it's kind of like a thing at the top of the house where you can walk out on the, like, outside the roof, and you can look out and see what's going on out. I guess, you know, if you're on the shore, you can see what's going on out in the water. So if you're waiting for your seafaring husband to come, or, you know, if you're a wife and you're waiting for your seafaring husband to come home, you can pace around up there, you know. And what else is there really to do back then? You know, you just wait and hope that they come back. And so, yeah, that's a great topic for a song. Like, that's really kind of thinking and knowing, like, the genre that you're in and the time period that this kind of music is reflective of. That's an awesome lyrical idea. So I love that. And then, of course, you get the great vocals from Jo&Barrie, and you get the awesome guitar work and also recorder. And I think Joe has quite a collection of different recorders. I've seen some videos where they actually show them playing and stuff. It's really cool. They have kind of like some historic kind of instruments and traditional instruments, which is great stuff. So yeah, you guys are welcome. Always happy to play you on the show. And you know, I dig what you guys do. I think it's cool. And like I said, like, first of all, so this is an original song, I believe, and so writing lyrics in that kind of a perspective, that takes some real creativity and some research to kind of make it authentic. And yeah, did a great job with it. Awesome. I'm glad that I figured this whole thing out. And so Wayek says, yeah, that's exactly what it is. So on private property, story goes, it's abandoned for years, and the lady who lived there got struck by lightning on the walk. And he says the house is considered cursed since then, and no one has lived there since, but it's still maintained, and the family still owns it. That's some cool stuff. Making the recorder cool again. So Gregory O'Sullivan. The only thing that I can't figure out is a recorder doesn't record anything. Womp womp. I gotta do my. There you go. The recorder doesn't record anything. That's right. So thank you once again. You got to check out Jo&Barrie Glenn. They do like awesome stuff like this on almost like a weekly basis, and it's fantastic stuff. They're very talented people, and they're very cool people too. Like, they come to my live shows. I do these live shows by Thomas Christ Live, which will be coming up on Saturday. They come to my live shows, like, you know, even though they're into like folk music, but they also dig like the industrial and everything and metal, and they come to like Jade Star shows and everything. So, you know, they have some eclectic taste, and it's awesome to see. So they're very cool people. All right, we're gonna go next to. We got some more, a little bit more involvement from folk punk, this time in a collaboration with JDL. So this one, this is a kind of a heavy one, I think, and not heavy like in the metal sense, but heavy in the topic sense. Warlords sleep on satin sheets. So let's get the information here from, I think JDL sent this one in. Let's see here. Here it is. Okay, so they say this is a collaboration between folk punk and I, originally wrote lyrics for this song 2 years ago about COVID and the impact it was having on society. Whilst listening to one of the Metalhead hippie shows, I heard this amazing instrumental by Folkpunk and started singing the hook to the music. The more I listened, the more I realized I could rework the lyrics and bring them up to the current atrocities in Ukraine. When I pitched the idea to Folkpunk, he was more than happy for me to do that. Hopefully, you will like it. All right, so let's, again, it's a little bit of a serious, heavy topic here, but we need this kind of music in the world, I think. So this is Warlords Sleep on Satin Sheets, parentheses, Dark Times Ahead, original song by JDL and Folkpunk. Here it is on You Rock.
Sanity has been suspended, worse than ever comprehended. Searching, needing, wanting, feeling. Heads are spinning, disbelieving. People dying in the streets whilst warlords sleep on satin sheets. Dark times ahead, dark times ahead, dark times ahead. Soldiers fighting in the streets, no one will admit defeat. Fight until the last heartbeat, no surrender, no retreat. Kicking, punching, shooting, screaming, hearts are pounding, heavy breathing. People crying long for peace. Warlords sleep on satin sheets. Dark times ahead. Justice in Ukraine, ease their burden, ease their pain. Stop the fighting, stop the bleeding. Violence only leads to grieving. Children killed, rest in peace. Warlords sleep on satin sheets. Dark times ahead, 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 dark times ahead.
So that's Warlords Sleep on Satin Sheets, Dark Times Ahead. And yeah, a heavy and somber song with a lot of truth in it. There's a lot of just powerful, speaking truth to power in this kind of a song, and I really appreciate that aspect of it. It's got beautiful guitar work, and of course, you if you've been around, you know what you're gonna get with vocals from JDL, and that just really enhances the power of this track and really underscores this really important message. I love how it builds as it goes toward the end, and then you get like more bass that comes in at the end there, and it just kind of like adds to the gravity of the track and builds to this sort of a climax to it, and also encourages you to support the effort that's going on there to help Ukraine. And I think they put their track on a playlist that, so somebody that's not here tonight is Tom Caraher, but Tom Caraher is a very cool guy. We've had him on the show before, and he did a song, and then he also put together a playlist to help with a donation effort to support the situation that's going on in Ukraine, which is super awesome. I think he took some inspiration. I had done a Thomas Christ live show a while back in, when was it, like March maybe? I think it was March, where I did a little bit of a fundraiser for the Ukraine and for Rayzom, and I think he also is supporting Rayzom, so that's great, because he had asked me, what to support, and it's kind of hard because there's a lot of groups out there that are doing good work, but there's also some that are supporting some not so great aspects of the whole thing, so it's a little tough to find the right charity, and I think that Rayzom looks like they are doing some awesome stuff, so it's very cool that he got involved with that, and it's very cool what Tom Caraher is doing also, so great stuff there, and I really dig the track too. It's phenomenal, and you should go and definitely support everything that's going on around this track, and support folkpunk and JDL also, because they are phenomenal musicians. Gregor Sullivan's heading out for the weekly grocery shopping, so have a good shopping trip there, Gregory, and we'll catch you a little bit later. I want to say hello to some folks. We got Jimmy James in the house. I don't think I've seen you here before, so welcome. Glad to have you with us. Tom Mack is here. We heard his track earlier with Distant Towers, with some great stuff early on in the show. And we got Secondhand Watermelon in the house. One of the best handles out there. And Sith Vasquez is here. Hello, Sith. Welcome to you. And I don't think I said hello. I know Gary Hubbs is around too. So hello to Gary Hubbs. Awesome dude. Awesome guy. All right. So I'm kind of working this track in, and here's Pete Johns also. I was almost remiss. I made Pete Johns an honorary mod just because I don't like seeing Pete's name there without the wrench next to it, and he should be able to post links and stuff. Because I got to thinking, like, this is the thing that blows my mind, like, and it has to be like amazing for Pete. Like, none of this would exist if it wasn't for Pete Johns. Think about it. None of this. Like, we wouldn't all know each other. This show wouldn't exist. Like, there's so much stuff wouldn't be there if not for Pete. So he's an honorary mod on the channel. I don't expect him to like do a lot of mod work or anything. I got some other folks like Leela and Russ and some other folks to do that. Jade but Pete should be an honorary mod here on the channel. I've been remiss not making that happen. Hello, Wolfestone Studio. Glad to have you with us as well. We'll be hearing some Wolfestone Studio in a bit. We'll also be hearing some Happy Ron, so don't go anywhere. Keep it, don't touch that dial, folks, as I like to say. Now, for my awesome mods, and here example of that, there's the Ukraine playlist from Lureeality, and Pete's gonna resist the urge to spam the chat with links, because you know Pete's always doing that. He's known for that. Yeah, Pete Johns is the man, exactly. Honorary mod degree for Pete. Like, yeah, I should have like a ceremony or something, but I'm not gonna do that. Look forward. Well, you know what? There's not gonna be any because we're in subscriber only mode. So hopefully there won't be any. I don't know if they can still sneak in or not. So anyway, we got to keep on keeping on here, and so for my awesome mod, Leela, I don't always do this, but she got a track in very late, but I'm gonna sneak it in because it's one of my favorites. I actually really dig this one, and so we got this brand new track that has been blowing everybody's minds lately, Glass Wall by Lureeality, and I'm gonna get the deets on this from Leela herself here. And so she says, I think everyone knows about this song since I blathered endlessly about it, but it's basically my take on the Modular Groove sound pack on GarageBand. Great sound pack, one of the best that they've had, with some lyrics from Fountain of Words I have around. So very awesome. I have to copy this in, and I don't even have this one like queued up, but it has to be played on the show. Not yet. Hold tight. So I'm gonna just check something here, and we're gonna play this one, Glass Wall by Lureeality. Here we go. This here it is. Let's play it here on You Rock. So that was Lureeality with Glass Wall. What a just visionary track that is. I've seen this a few times before, and I've kind of been like hearing new things in it that I hadn't heard before, and it's just such a profoundly creative track, and yeah, it's really awesome. And it reminds me of something, and I don't know what. I still haven't been able to put my finger on it. Now, I've heard it described as Bjork, which I think there's definitely a Bjork kind of influence in there. We had TJ Zindle, kind of thought Tori Amos, and then I've also heard, I think Jade was describing it, and similar to Fiona Apple's newest album, so there's that also. But I don't know, there's something else. I almost think there may be some lineage with this to some of Madonna's weirder, more experimental stuff. Madonna has a lot of like just traditionally like pop songs, but she's also done some deeper cuts that were more experimental, and I think this is kind of in that vibe too. Like a lot of the stuff like on Erotica was a little different, and yeah, but I think it's very cool. I'm just really impressed with it. Really impressed. It's by far like the Ray of Light era. You know what? You might be right, because I actually had. Well, I didn't have the Ray of Light album. Maybe I did. Was it on Music? Because that's the album I had. I don't know. Very cool. It's great stuff. Hello, Mr. Smith. Welcome to the stream. And so you got to go and check out Lureeality is doing some cool stuff. She's also doing a live show every week at it's been at 2:00 on Monday, at least in theory. I have a feeling she may be pushing it a little bit later, but I think it was a little early for her at that time. Yeah, she plays, sings some songs, plays some ukulele, talks about music, has guests on sometimes, so you never know what you're going to get, but it's always a good time. So come and hang out on Monday afternoons, and it's very, very, very awesome. No, you're going to keep trying with that time. All right, cool stuff. I like the time, actually, because it's usually like when things simmer down a little bit at work. It's usually my work is a little crazier toward the morning, and then the later you get in the day, it gets a little less hectic. So it's good stuff. It's going to be a podcast as well. So I always say about podcasts, it's a funny thing. Like I always say that when you have YouTube shows, people say like, "Oh, this should be a podcast." I say, well, just like watch it and don't look at the video. And then it's a podcast, right? What's the difference? I guess the only thing is like you can't, unless you're YouTube Premium, you can't do other things and listen at the same time. So I guess that's the only thing. So, but like Metalhead Hippie says, you're awesome. Do you? That exactly right. Hello, Hugh Caldwell. Welcome to the stream. All right, we gotta go. We gotta get to this. We got a Ron and Jenny Wolfestone studio track that we need to take a listen to. Yeah. Wait a second. I think that's is that what's next, or maybe not. I'm confused now. No, I think it is. And I don't know. I think the order is not right. Okay. We're good. We're fine. Here we go. Ron and Jenny at Wolfestone Studio. I may have changed the order and forgot to reorient these things. So, I don't know. Inside baseball stuff. Anyway, we're going to take a listen to this. This is Ron and Jenny at Wolfestone Studio featuring Lauries Mishmosh on keyboards. It's Raining Again. Supertramp cover. I know that much. So, let's get the information here from Ron and Jenny. And this is what they say. Hi, Thomas. We were lucky enough to collaborate with Lauries Mishmosh to cover a very popular Supertramp song. This was not easy to do vocals on, but I gave it my best try. Laurie put together the video, and she does an amazing job at that. we had fun doing this, and we hope you enjoy it. All right. Well, having fun, that's like the important thing, isn't it? But I'm sure it's also going to be very good. So let's check it out. It's Raining Again, Supertramp cover by Ron and Jenny and Lauries Mishmosh. Here we go. There we go. That was Raining, It's Raining Again by Ron and Jenny Wolfestone Studio, as well as Lauries Mishmosh. So there you go. That was I don't know that original track. I could just put that on, like, I just record that and like play it back. I don't know that original track. But yeah, I don't know the original version of it, but that sounded awesome. Great vibe to that. Very upbeat song. And hey, now, I know, like, Lauries Mishmosh, as people were saying in the chat, she's been on, like, I don't know where she gets the time to do all these collaborations with so many people. because it just seems like there's a new one almost every day. But what we got to see, I don't think we've ever seen Ron of Wolfestone Studio. This guy right here, was that you there in the video? That's kind of awesome. I'm not sure that we've seen Ron before in a video, so that was cool. That was a nice surprise. We're getting a lot of like unmaskings of people lately. I don't know if that's really the first time that he's ever been on camera before, but there you go. Look at that. And yeah, as Barry says here, it's a very happy tune, upbeat, and Ron sings it beautifully, as Lureeality says. And there we go. It is the first time that you can hear, you can see Ron. You can hear him. You can hear him on all the tracks, but now you can see him. It is, as Hippie says here, it's a little before my time, probably. I mean, I listen to some older stuff, but maybe not that one. And Laurie made him do it. Unmasked. There we go. Well, that's great. You got to start somewhere, right? You got to start somewhere. So now you've broken the seal, and you can be on all kinds of stuff in person. So that's very cool. So go and subscribe to that. Go and subscribe to Lauries Mishmosh, and go and subscribe to Wolfestone Studio as well, because that's some great stuff there on great work on that cover. All right, we got a new person who has submitted to the channel, and I was thinking they would probably be here today, but haven't seen him around. But anyway, Dana Everhart. Dana Everhart is very, very cool, and he sent in a track. I was just talking with him the other day in the comments, and got him to send this track in to us. So this is the first time that we've had Dana on the show, and we're super excited about that, because he's a very talented guitar player. I've seen him around on some of the other shows. So this is what he has to say. He says, heavy metal rocker from back in the day, improvisation artist, composer. All my tracks / improvisations are one shot, no edits ever been or ever will be. All right. This track was one of my first, and I think it's still really stellar in tonal qualities and sonic presence. I hope you agree. So, and this is called, what is this called here? My Axe, No Mercy. All right. So that's very cool. So, oh, there he is. Dana is here. Hello to you. All right. So we're going to play him for the first time ever here on You Rock. This is My Axe, No Mercy, improv by Dana Everhart. Here we go. All right, man. That was Dana Everhart. My Axe, No Mercy. Come on, we gotta get some horns up for Dana, because that was some phenomenal shredding there, and guitar playing, really very skilled, and I just really impressed by that one. It's just like, eat your heart out, Kirk Hammett. You know, this guy can play, man. Yeah, so he's playing his, he set up here, 1964 Mustang on this one. So there you go, throwing some horns up for Dana, and yeah, we need to get horny. All right, because that rocks, as Hippie says right there. There you go. So yeah, this is phenomenal. Like, I do think now, I just heard a very recent recording by Dana over on it. I threw his link to a YouTube channel in there as well, and because he's got a lot of cool stuff up on the YouTube channel, and I did think this one, like, I don't know what, something with the recording, it was like a little bit and he said this was like one of the first things he ever did. Like, the playing is phenomenal. The recording is a little bit like band, like something with the bandwidth or the EQ or something. But so I don't know what that is, but it's really great job, and that's not the case on his newer stuff, like on his YouTube channel. So it's cool to like go back and see, like, you all have to start somewhere, right? And this is where Dana started, and he started at a phenomenal place as far as the guitar playing goes. I mean, like, you really can't play guitar much better than that, you know what I mean? And yeah, it's hippie approved, and so I think, you know, it's like recording it on like an iPhone 5, probably with the external like microphone, and I know, you know, the recording quality has definitely gone up. There's no edits, so there you go. It's phenomenal stuff. And if you need a great guitar player on your track, my gut feeling is that Dana would probably like come in and do some rocking on your latest track, which would be awesome, right? So there you go, Dana Everhart. Go and check him out. Go sub him up. We got the YouTube channel up there, and hope to hear a lot more from Dana, because he's a talented guy. Been through some stuff, and I know that, and he's just stronger every day, and is really an inspiration to everyone. So that's right. Go and hit him up if you want some awesome shredding guitar on your latest metal track. And hey, you might that might help you get in there for the halftime headbang, you know, because you know, that's a cool thing to get. All right, very cool. So thank you, Dana, and keep rocking and keep playing that guitar, and I know you will, because you're an awesome guy. Somebody else who is very awesome with the guitar, in kind of a similar vein, is Emperism. Now, we heard Emperism on a track earlier. I think it was the Weltenkinder track. This is Emperism by himself. This is Metal Jam number 2, original music. So let's get the information here on Emperism and see what he's sent in here to the show. So he said, this is a jam made for my occasional metal needs. Backing track is my original composition too. Premiered on Metalhead Hippie, and thought to share it here as well. Awesome stuff. All right, so we're gonna get this one going here, and I could already tell this is gonna be a rocker. Look at this. So here we go. This is Emperism with Metal Jam number 2. That was Emperism with Metal Enough Jam, number 2. I'd say it's metal enough. It's more than metal enough. You can never have enough metal, though, really. But that rocks. So, yeah, horns for that one as well. That's a hell of a rocker there, man. So we got another guy, just like Dana, another guy that can really play guitar in an awesome way. And yeah, you could put together a hell of a band from some of these folks here that are just rocking. And yeah, it's very cool. Jimmy likes that one. Hugh dug that. Dan Ekberg, Folkpunk, Lureeality, Tremor Bear. Lureeality says get horny, and Russ says sweet playing. Absolutely it is. Yeah, so he can definitely rock that. Looks like a Les Paul style guitar. I'm not like a guitar expert or anything. He also has he had a few guitars back there. One or two, or a couple, or 7 or 8. But I like Tremor Bear. I really enjoy seeing his little his studio there, because he's got some awesome keyboards as well. And I'm a keyboard guy, so I appreciate all that. Look at all those keyboards. And I thought I saw like a TB303, or one of the there's like some modern versions that have come out from Roland and Behringer have done some modern versions of the TB303s. Saw that there, and some really sweet keyboards, synths there. So I kind of wonder like what he does with those. Hopefully we get to hear some of that too, because I dig the electronic stuff as well. So if you got anything Emperism showing off those keys, send it on in, because I'll definitely play it. But you should definitely go and subscribe to Emperism and check out all the stuff he's got over on the Emperism channel, because it looks pretty fucking awesome. All right, we are going to go next to Howling Fret Fumbler, and this is Martin Jones, and he's got a track called Scattered Blossom. So let's get the lowdown on this. By the way, if you want to get your song on the show, it's pretty easy. bit.ly/urock submit, send it on in, and you'll be considered and most likely played on the next episode of You Rock. So that's how you do it. There's a link in the description as well. So this is Scattered Blossom by Howling Fret Fumbler. He says this track was written on the ukulele on a dark night. There you go, Leela. A fellow uke player. On a dark night in early March, watching too much of the horrific news coming from Ukraine. Yeah. But I knew I wanted an electronica version, and even then in this emerged. All right, cool. So let's get this happening here. Scattered Blossom by Howling Fret Fumbler.
Scattered blossom drifting in the river, all the bright dreams of clear blue sky turn to grey. Twisted metal in the roadside, all the bright hopes for a free land up in flames. She scoured debris left by the night, her frozen hands warmed by the light. Cherry tree twisted for long, blackened homes scattered blossom drifting in the river. All the bright dreams of clear blue sky turn to grey. Twisted metal resting in the roadside. All the bright hopes for a free land up in flames. He picked up his bag as the train pulled away. He had told her, sure, he'd be back someday. All around, men looked down. One looked up, then looked away with a frown. Yearning for meaning, he strode to the madness. How many years for we just feel like home? Scattered blossom drifting in the river. All the bright dreams of clear blue sky turn to grey. Twisted metal resting in the roadside. All the bright hopes for a free land up in flames. Scattered blossom drifting in the river. All the bright dreams of clear blue sky. All the bright hopes for a sunlit spring. Yellow field in the bright blue sky has turned to grey. Yellow field in the bright blue sky has turned to grey. Yellow field in the bright blue sky has turned to grey.
That was Howling Fret Fumbler, Martin Jones with Scattered Blossom. What a powerful track that was. So we got another one, kind of like the one that Folkpunk and JDL did, with just really kind of inspired by and in honor of all that is everything that's happening in Ukraine right now. And it's a very tragic and unfortunate situation that's going on in the world, and it's not surprising that it's inspiring a lot of very passionate and very passionate and very somber music, like this track here, beautifully done by Howling Fret Fumbler. And I thought especially like the lyrics were just perfect for this song, and also the music was really, really great, really well done, and there was some, even like the samples of explosions and stuff that were in there that kind of underscored the message, the awesome and powerful imagery that was used here of the folks in Ukraine who are having such an awful time right now. And it's such an unfortunate thing, and I think that Bear kind of made a really great point here about the money that is funneled into this kind of stuff. $3 trillion, they can't give us healthcare, but they can spend money on stuff like this. Of course, we do have to help out what's going on in Ukraine, so it's a tough thing, and we wish that we didn't have to deal with this. I'm also working on a track, by the way, about this situation. About it's going to be called Old Man's War, because we have like old men who are deciding what happens to us. Nobody wants this war. Nobody in Russia wants this war. Nobody in Ukraine wants this war. And I'm going to get on a soapbox here. I got to be careful. But it's just like old rich people who are in positions of power who decide that lots of people are going to die. And it's just a really, it's a terrible thing. And money is a big factor in a lot of this too. And also just yearning for a nostalgia for a time that doesn't exist anymore. And it's very, very, very tragic. And so it's great that people are speaking out and making music to bring light to this situation, and also raising money as well, like Tom Caraher and others have done. So whatever you can do, if it's just making a song like this that brings attention to the tragic situation, that's if that's what your contribution to that is, then that's a great contribution as well. So I really appreciate this song. I also think the vocals are really well done on this. It's kind of hard to like talk about these trivial matters of like mixing and stuff, when we have such a serious topic. But I will say that the vocals are also really well mixed in this track. They're very present, and I think that works well for a track like this as well. So definitely go and support Howling Fret Fumbler. He's doing some great music and some really important music, and so check him out. And he's a cool guy, and he's kind of been a new guy around the channel, but we've been glad to have him. And obviously he's a very talented musician. All right, kind of a weird transition that I have to make here from this very serious song to something that's become quite a fixture in the show and a highlight of the show. And definitely maybe we need a moment of levity and a little bit of just some fun after that one. So it is time for the best band in the whole world, SPD. And this time they come to us with the track called You've Reached the Maximum Number of 50 Characters. So we need to get the whole story from Wayek, who sends these in. He puts a lot of thought and he puts a lot of work into these descriptions that are always so entertaining and interesting. He also gets kudos from me in this one because he references something that's, let's just get right into it. So he says, how's it going, Tom Green? It's none of your damn business how it's going. That was my favorite episode, and probably my favorite skit on the Tom Green show, if people remember that back in the day. Right? It's none of your damn business. That guy was epic, man. So thank you for referencing that, because look it up on YouTube if you haven't seen it. Just look up Tom Green, none of your damn business. It'll come up. Unfortunately, that guy's probably like long deceased because he was very old, and that was back in like the mid-90s. Anyway, I'm digressing. We're at another Wednesday of another week, which brings us another song from SPD. But firstly, I would like to apologize to Lureeality and maybe a few others who are expecting me to make an appearance on her show Monday. However, there is a rain check that will be cashed in the future for that. So that's where I was saying Wayek a little under the weather and wasn't able to be on Leela's show, but I'm sure he will be in the future. Tell people I did the wink smiley. Anyway, this week is an instrumental improv jam, but with a slight change in our musical lineup. You see, as I remember, me and Gortium were just hanging out at my place, or Shane couldn't make it for one of our jams. Me and Gortimus Maximus would usually mess around on the instruments or would just get drunk and edit our recordings and sometimes get ready for SoundClick. Now at this time, a lot of the songs we were actually working on would rarely turn out good enough that we felt could be uploaded. We always noticed mistakes in almost all of our rehearsed songs and just wouldn't make them public until we found a take that we thought was passable. So we would upload some of our improv jams to fill space, and they were interesting enough on their own too. He's on bass and I'm on drums here. When we uploaded the song title, it was too long, so instead of shortening it, we just called it the error message we kept getting. The original title is Bass and Drums from the Outer Reaches of the Universe in the History of the Nations of Mankind, because you are a watermelon mustache, so you can just go ahead and put googly eyes on a hot dog, but it still won't see. This is epic stuff. This isn't like our typical SPD instrumentals. When it was just me and the Gorster, it was like a whole different animal. You take away the drummers and strange things happen. Stay tuned next week for more from the SPD saga. So this is we look forward to this every week. SPD, and always with the crazy stories behind these songs. And anyway, we need to just get into it. We need to just play it. You've reached the maximum number of 50 characters by the best band in the whole world, SPD. You gotta be fast there with the sound click, or it'll just go right to the next song. So that was SBD, the best band in the whole world, with You've Reached the Maximum Number of Characters. Now, number of 50 characters. Or bass and drums from the outer reaches of the universe and the history of the nations of mankind, because you are a watermelon mustache, so you can just go ahead and put googly eyes on a hot dog, but it still won't see. All right. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Yeah, so the original drum and bass, there it was. It was interesting, the mixing, and because the bass was in the, well, for me it was on the left side, and some of the drums were then on the right side. So it was some cool panning of the instruments there. I love the speeding up and the slowing down. It had many kind of different parts to it, and it really just kind of was very experimental and very freeform, and that's kind of what we expect from some of these jams from Wayek and Gortium there, SBD. So always fun stuff, always exciting in this live feel, just, press and record and seeing what happens. And I really enjoyed that. So thank you very much once again, SBD, the best band in the whole world. You can check them out. All their archive is there for you, for your listening pleasure on SoundClick, and we'll I'm sure get another installment with some epic backstory from Wayek next week. So be sure to tune back in next week for the continuing of the SBD saga. Very cool. So Wayek said, yeah, I think it was kind of a test to see how our new miking drum system was working out or something. All right. Yeah, strike the like. There you go. By the way, hello, Clayton Von Kluge came in during that song. It was 8 minutes and some seconds. So that was a long one, man. Not quite the 17-minute song, but it was definitely one of the longer SBD songs for sure. Although I'm sure there's probably some 50-minute one that we haven't heard yet. Anyway, I don't know about that one. If it's that long, I'm gonna have to think about that. But yeah, when in doubt, and Clayton was asking about a song, send it into the show, send it in. That's what I say. Hashtag send it in, and I'll let you know if it's not something that I think Wayek didn't notice it was that long. Yeah, when you're jamming like that, you don't pay attention to the time. By the way, in that vein, I'm gonna do a little bit of self-promotion here. I am gonna do, at least the theory goes, that I'm going to do a Thomas Christ live show on Saturday that isn't Thomas Christ live. It's going to be my side project called Folk U, which doesn't necessarily mean that it's folk music. It's just what I call it. Anyway, it's going to be kind of in that vein. So it's basically, a lot of it is just going to be me with a guitar. And by the way, I'm not really a guitar player per se. I'm not really a guitar player per se, but I'm just going to make stuff up, and we'll see where it goes. So it'll be a lot in the vein of SBD, I think, if I do this. And yeah, you will get to hear some, there are a couple actual songs like Phone Home and the ever popular Bossa Nova Button in Grocery Store. Those are some songs that could... And Lureeality says, a little note from Thomas, fuck no, I'm not going to play that. Yeah, if you get that, you're in trouble. You're probably not going to get that. I would like to hear and see me. Oh, okay, on the keys. Yeah. That's something too. But maybe I can incorporate that as well. We'll see. I'd have to take the guitar off and play. Well, yeah, we might be able to do that. The Bossa Nova Button, that's right. We're going to push it. We're going to push it one more time. So, yeah, thank you, Wayek, and thank you, Gortium, as well, for that. You suggest I use... See, you're thinking that I'm going to play chords that are actual chords. They're just going to be power chords, because that's all I do. Wayek wants to see me play drums. Well, you'd have to give me a drum kit. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. All right, we're getting way off track here. We got 3 more songs to go in the show. So we're getting down. This is the anti-penultimate song, the anti-peanut song. I think that was the little thing between Tremor Bear and Rockin a while back. So this is one from, I know he was here a little bit ago. Maybe he's still around. Jerry Gomes sends us this song called All the Saints. So let's get the background here on this track from Jerry Gomes and see what are we dealing with here. Jerry Gomes always making really great stuff. Sometimes it's 80s and sometimes it's 80s and sometimes it's like Mr. Bungle, Faith No More style stuff, but we'll see what this is. This is an older track with a new video is what Jerry says about this one. So we're gonna have to just take a listen and check it out. So this is All the Saints by Jerry Gomes. Here we go. All right, Jerry Gomes with All the Saints, and so I said at the beginning that Jerry either does like one of two main styles, and it's kind of like a lot of his stuff is this 80s new wave, but like I think folk punk was the one that said like post new wave. Some of it's in that kind of vein, and like the goth rock of the 80s, and then some he also does stuff. Usually it's the Mr. Happy stuff, which is a different project that he has, and that's usually more of like the Mr. Bungle, more prog, like Faith No More, Mike Patton, so kind of thing. So this is more in that 80s camp, I think, and so it reminds me a lot of I saw The Cure in there. It's like The Cure with better vocals. Or I think also somebody said U2, which definitely a little bit of a U2 vibe there. But I also think like Echo and the Bunnymen, which I think Leela, like we had the same thought at the same time. So yeah, I think it's Echo and the Bunnymen. I think he did an Echo and the Bunnymen cover not too long ago, if I'm not mistaken. And Leela says I know he loves those Bunnymen. Yeah. The Echo and the Bunnymen are great if you haven't heard them before. If you like this kind of song, Echo and the Bunnymen will be up your alley for sure. So, and yeah, there's several other bands from the 80s that were kind of doing this sound in the mid to late 80s, like this goth rock kind of vibe. And yeah, definitely 80s, as Dana says here. And vocals were just killer. Great vocals, great guitar work in that song. Like it's got that the right sound that you need. You know, people talked about the flanger and chorus. You got to have a little bit of that in that style. And so that definitely had all that going on too. So maybe it was Hugh Caldwell, JDL and Hugh Caldwell. That may be the one I'm thinking of, because I only remember one song. So maybe we need Jerry Gomes. Should think about doing one. But yeah, great stuff. Awesome. Check out Jerry Gomes and all the stuff he does, because it's really fantastic. He was in like a band that was like commercially released in the 80s. It was Ice something. I can't remember the name of it right off the top of my head, but we've played a bunch of the songs on here before. So he's definitely got some real 80s cred for sure, and he does that style very, very well. Somebody who does his own style very well and is also very happy is Happy Ron. And so we got a lot of Rons around. It's like Toms and Rons are like the most popular, because there's Tom Carrot, even the same like TC, and then Tom's Christ, and I think there's like, yeah, I think there's a few Toms, but there's also Rons. So we got Ron Ward, who does the Homegrown Indie Live show. We've got Wolfestone Studio Ron, who we heard from earlier, and now we've got Happy Ron. So, and let's check out this track that we've got from Happy Ron, and let's get a glimpse at his insights that he has for us here. So he says of this one, Happy Ron gets made fun of by a 10-year-old girl. That's the background that we have. So that's all we got to go on. Let's check it out. This is terribly happy. I love that phrase, by the way. Terribly happy with Happy Ron with Miss Sarah. So I guess we have a collaborator on this one too. So here we go, Happy Ron on You Rock.
I've been packing groceries for 28 years. Been looking for ways to pack up my tears. 'Cause I can pack groceries. I write my songs, I make them snappy. It makes me feel terribly happy. Terribly happy. My girlfriend got pregnant, she was sick all day. While I built the crib, she barfed. So when she finally had that baby, she felt terribly happy. Terribly happy. you down, turn it around and be terribly happy.
Terribly happy.
Terribly happy.
Terribly happy.
If this record bombs, that's okay. You know I'm gonna have plenty more to say. It's all of the people like you that meet along the way. When I know this, I feel terribly happy.
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 How could you not love that? Terribly Happy by Happy Ron. And the little one, I don't know. That would be Miss Sarah. That would be Miss Sarah. So very cool. So we'll get in a few years we'll get some music from Happy Sarah that carry on the Happy Ron legacy. That would be cool. That's a lot of fun. That's great stuff. So yeah. So sweet, says Folkpunk. I'm kind of at a loss for words on this one. Like that's just great stuff, and everybody seemed to be like really digging that there in the room. Sounds like there's a bit of a crowd there. There's always a crowd when Happy Ron's around. They got just a crowd that just follows them everywhere. I know where this. I did see this before also. I think this was Jade Starr had interviewed Happy Ron not too long ago, and I think it was played on there. I think that's where I saw it. So there it is. You can go sub Happy Ron up. But yeah, it's that's if you need something. Metalhead Hippie said Sarah rocked it. There you go. If you need something to put a smile on your face, you just need to go and watch this track. Watch a lot of this stuff from Happy Ron, and if you're not in a great mood, it'll put you in a much better mood, because that's what Happy Ron does. There he is. He's always doing very awesome stuff like this that just is uplifting and brings a little joy to your day. And he's training the young one up in the ways of Happy Ron, which is great to see. So I'm sure they'll be doing like combined shows and stuff later on in a few years when she gets a little older, and then she'll go out on her own and she'll be doing her own Happy Sarah, or she may like rebel and she may be sad Sarah. She'll do like really like sad songs or something. I don't know. And then I don't know. Then you could have like a sad Sarah and Happy Ron show. I don't know, but I know it's gonna be awesome, and I know she's being trained up by the best Happy Ron. Like he's a very skilled guy, and he's a very talented songwriter. And if she just listens to him, at least in the songwriting aspect, even if she doesn't go the happy route, like she won't go the happy, maybe she will, maybe she won't, we don't know. But what we do know is that she'll know how to write a good song because her dad does. So there you go. Awesome stuff. Thank you, Happy Ron. Great penultimate song for the show today. 2011 video. So yeah, she's probably grown a little bit since then. Yeah, so hopefully she's doing well. Like she's been through, like we all have. She's been through some shit. We've all been through some shit the last couple of years. Happy Ron is a master entertainer. Yeah, he definitely is. All right. So that was our penultimate song. We got to go to our ultimate song, the last one. Wrap us up here. This was a late submission. I got it in because this guy is really cool, and I thought it would be a good track to end on. We got some new Tobias H. Reese, and yeah, he's always around. He's probably around somewhere. So let's get this going here, and let's check out what we've got here from our good friend Tobias H. Reese, if I can find it. I know I'll find it. Oh, you know how it goes. There always has to be one that I can't find. There it is. Oh, and I know why I can't find it, because this is actually, even though this is Tobias H. Reese, this is actually the Trade Winds. It's a project of Tobias's. So the song's called More to Life, and he says, being primarily a writer and a composer, I don't wear the figurative badge of any one genre or instrument at all. So having worked as a professional session player, piano, guitar, winds, and as an arranger, I've had many opportunities to do lots on the side, fun stuff, like with my weekend warrior pop rock material. This track is from one such experience with an Austin, Texas-based band called The Trade Winds. We have a 6-track EP together, which I'll release soon. Buffmon, the singer here, wrote all the lyrics, while the beatmaker known as Oxdub7 provided the backbeat and framework. Having seen me play live and knowing of my work with some Kai Manny Marley remixes and session stuff, I was brought on board as the arranger and gunslinger guitarist. Peace, love, and light. All right. So this is a bit of a collaborative effort between Tobias and some other folks. Here, this Trade Winds group here. So this is More to Life by the Trade Winds with Tobias H. Reese. Here we go.
We must survive and do what's right. Let go of pride and live your life. Take all of life, no running high. There's more to life. When we're young now, we cannot see all our hopes and all our dreams. Hard living, go and take metadines. So dark and then we go scheme. Skylarking, now we turn up fiends. And we're lost now out of our dreams. Not fear, but Jah never see. Over years, we can still redeem. You're my redeemer, he'll turn water to wine. We're higher than a mid rhyme. Selassie, I don't can find. Some say that you're my go die. But the Rasta know not true. Jah is in all of you. Jah is in everything. We must survive and do what's right. Let go of pride. Short rope and your world's in deep. When your eyes go closed and your heart not sink. When you try and you fail, just remember one thing, that Jah is all you will ever need. He isn't everything. He isn't everything. When the truth that I seem so hard to take. When your back's in the wall and you're about to break. When it seems to must sleep and I'm just not awake. When you can't redeem your mistakes. There's more life left. You still have breath. And do what's right. Let go of pride.
now we turned up fiends. And we lost now all of our dreams. Not fear but Jah, and we'll see. Over years we can still redeem. You're my redeemer, don't turn water to wine. Real liars in a make rhyme. Selassie I don't can find. Some say that them will go die. But the Rasta know that truth. Jah is in all of you. Jah is in everything. Jah is in everything. We must supply and do what's right. Let go of pride and live your life. Take all the blight, don't run and hide. There's more to life. Is all you will ever need. He is in everything. He is in everything. And do what's right. Let go of pride and live your life. Take all the blight.
All right, man. That was the Trade Winds, Tobias H. Reese with Tobias H. Reese with the Trade Winds, and so I saw in the video. I think we had said that the guy's name seems to be Buff Lion, so I want to make sure we have that right. Although he has it as Buff Mon, so I don't know. Either way, it's that's such a catchy and fun track. And I agree with Russ here. It's driving to the beach music. Very cool track, says Tremor Bear. I think Tobias's guitar really added a lot to the track, as I think it was Clayton pointed out, a little bit of like backwards kind of style guitar. And yeah, great road trip music, as TJ Zindle says here. And Clayton says, how can people not like reggae and Caribbean music? Yeah, that stuff is super cool. It's very influential on a lot of like punk music and a lot of some of the pop music that we have today. We probably don't give enough credit to reggae and dance hall and stuff like that. Dub, that stuff is very important in the history of music. So yeah, that's a great track. Awesome job on that, Tobias H. Reese and Trade Winds. Check them out. They're there on YouTube. They got some great stuff going on. Yeah, ska too. Exactly. I don't know. There's not much ska around these days. It was big in the 90s though, for sure. All right, so that's gonna do it for the old show today. You rock. So thank you all so much for being here. Really appreciate all of you and all the stuff that all the support and love that you guys give, and all the great music that you send in, because if you don't send the music in, bit.ly/urocksubmit, there's no show. So I'm eternally grateful for that. And so what do we got coming up? Well, tomorrow Jade Starr will be interviewing a guy named Jack Flash, and he's traditionally not been somebody to show his face, but he's going to do it tomorrow. So you're definitely not going to want to miss that. There's a link in the description to that. Pete Johns is interviewing Midnight Thief on the Creator Town Hall, although it's I think it's a premiere because it had to be pre-recorded because of the time zone differences and stuff, but it'll still be cool. Fix My Mix is happening. I mentioned that earlier. That's Creative Sauce. That's down in the description. Ron Ward will be doing another one tomorrow night. And then on Friday, Metalhead Hippie, he's been around here all night tonight, so check him out on Friday. I'll be over there, I'm sure. And then on Saturday, I'll be back doing Thomas Christ Live. It'll be a very weird show, the Folk You thing. I guess I'm gonna do that. Who knows? and then Jade Starr has her opening hour. Pete Johns has his happy hour, and then on Sunday is YML. So there's a lot of stuff. There you go. Metalhead Hippie for the win. Check it on out. All right, so there's links to all those channels down in the description. So I thank you once again for watching the show, and much love to all of you, and as always, keep rocking. I'm gonna send you out with this weird guy. He's gonna take us out. So hand it over. Here we go. Are you an independent home studio musician or band that is looking for a place to get your music heard? Well, look no further. I'm Thomas Christ, a musical artist myself for more than 20 years and host of the live featured artist show You Rock, the show where I play your most rockin' music. We have an amazing, always supportive, and ever-growing community of awesome music creators and music lovers who all very much want to hear what you've got to offer. It's so insanely cool, and we want you to be a part of it. All you have to do is hashtag send it in, and it's super easy to do. Just follow the link in the description or go to bit.ly/YouRockSubmit and enter your artist and song info in the form to be considered for the show. It's that simple, folks. And be sure to subscribe to this channel and ring the bell icon so you always know when I'm live. The You Rock show currently airs each and every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, so get your tracks in for the next show, and I hope to see you there. Until then, keep rocking.